We out here on a little lake that I'm gonna see if I can't catch a few fish. As you know, gonna put that old live scope to work. Those of you that are not believers, I'll tell you this: don't ever fish with it. Don't ever fish with it if you don't plan on getting it. Thank y'all for joining me. Those of you that haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you would. Let's put some fish in the boat. This is the Denali Prime series, paired up with the 1/32 ounce with the 1 3/4 split tail. That's that gold pearl. I'm running the 106 SV. I got a split shot on it all, so you can see it right there. As you can see, that's my bait right there. That's the target that we going after right there. See if I can get y'all back over here. It look like a bigger fish right there. So I'm gonna just down his throat. Really nice thick back black crappie. And one thing that I will tell you that I've noticed, got to keep that bait above those fish. And as y'all know, I use that Mad Fishing raft cleaner. That's available. Limits tackle. It's just like hunting. Just like hunting that old squirrel, because they'll get in them trees and hide. All right, here we go. There we go. There we go. That's a good one, y'all. Take my time with him. Oh yeah, look at that fish. Oh yeah, look at that fish, would you? That's just a big old thick back white crappie. All right, coming up to you, see the bait, you see the fish, you see him moving. Look at that joker fighting, y'all. That's nice. Look at that, them jokers right there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And that's why I don't use that little light line, especially not while on a vertical jigging rod. And just like that, there we go with another good one. There we go with another good one, y'all. Look at him fighting out there. Oh, that joker got off. One thing I will say is they are not really thumping fire from the jig, so they're just lightly taking it. I might need to start setting my hook a little harder. What y'all think? That's the second big old fish I'd had up to the top of the water. But that's okay, because here goes another one. Here goes another one. Here goes another one. Dropping straight down there at him, y'all. All right, where we at? Come on over here. There go the wind, protecting the fish again. Oh, that one took off on me. There's another one. Is he going? Nope. Yeah, that wind protects these fish. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. I might be looking at getting me some drift paddles. I don't know if Minn Kota is gonna get paddles for their raptors or not, but you know, I try to support Minn Kota as much as I can, and might go with their raptors instead of the power poles. All right, come on, let's get over here. Go a fish right there. This wind will let me present my bait to him. We might be able to catch one. All right, let's see if we can get in this tangled mess to get at that fish down there. There's a couple of them, but they're really hidden in there. He's sitting there asleep. I'm right on his nose, look like. All right, here we go. He woke up. No, he didn't want it. All right, come on out of there. Let's see if we can find another one. This one's not as thick. It might be the one to fish. Well, it didn't look as thick from over there. Another full lay down. See if we can't get the boat positioned. That's what it's all about, y'all, getting your boat positioned so as you can present that bait. So important. Let's snatch a couple. I see them. I see them. I see them. like a really, look at that. As soon as I get ready to drop my bait down there goes the wind. I got that old Minn Kota 80-pound thrust Ulterra, so it'll get me up there. Just take a little extra time. I might end up having to put a little bit another split shot on with this wind. I was wondering if he was gonna hit it. That joke was sitting there standing up looking at it. Look at this little joke. He looks so much bigger. It's like I say, that's a 10.5, maybe right at 11-inch fish, but just don't have that size that I'm looking for. He's not tall. Come on out of there, Sickle. Nice looking little, how thick that little joker is. Get on back down yonders. Alright, let's get back on it, y'all. That joker stood there. He was standing straight up and down looking at that bait. It's crazy how you can see these fish and what their reactions with this live scope. It is crazy. And you can see those fish up under that log right there. You can see them, but when you get up close to them, they disappear because they're up under that log. Get up there a little closer, daughter. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, strip out some line. Gotta be careful I don't get tangled up in them trees. Not trying to donate no baits today. Like a couple good fish. And battling the wind again. Alright, and so they done disappeared. But I know that they're right there up under that log, so there we go. We're gonna get right down here with them. Gonna get amongst them. It's always fun to be able to see the fish and see your bait and all that, but that ain't always the case. So it's all about just being there, being where the fish are. Yeah, they're not in a chase mode today. You're gonna have to put that bait right in their face and let it sit there for a minute. Coming up to them, y'all. Try to pick that one off the top first. All right, and here we go. Just like that. Just like that. And there he is. Another little chunky black crappie. Uh-oh, I gotta check to see. I'm supposed to be going live. I gotta check to see what time it is. That fish there make 11 inches. He will make 11. Let's see what he do. That fish 12 inches long. Well, 11 and a quarter. We'll call him 11 and a quarter. That's a good keeper. It's a good keeper. I'm supposed to be going live today, so let me see what time it is. What's up, what's up, what's up? We are live, we are live, we are live. So as you can see, I did go live while on the lake fishing. Put some really important information in that video as well. Live on the lake. I show you a lot of footage of my unit up close, and I'll put a link to that video in a pinned comment if you didn't get a chance to see it or you want to take another look at it. I put a direct link to that video in the in a pinned comment down there. one of the biggest things that I see that helps with this live scope and can be a burden at the same time is the wind. You only have a 20-degree cone that this transducer shines on, and if the wind is blowing, it makes it a little difficult to hold position, to get your jig in place, and that's the reason why I use that split shot. It allowed me to use a little lighter jig and also assisted in me having control and presenting my bait to the fish. It's very important. It's target specific. These fish weren't chasing the bait. I had to get the bait in their face, and they didn't want hardly any action. And I know several guys that I've talked to and have fished with that have live scope, and you know, a lot of these guys want to go out and hit spot lock and try to fish using their live scope like that, but you got to have control of that boat. You have to have control to where you can get that bait right there at those fish, especially when they're not aggressive as these fish weren't. But you know, it is work. It's a lot of work, especially when the wind is blowing different directions like it was on this day. The wind is sort of dying down, and my catch rate went up tremendously. This little lake that I'm fishing here, it don't have the giants in it, but it has a lot of fish. You know, good eaters, you know, 11, 12s. I think my big fish on this trip was 14 and a half. And just being out and enjoying the day. I mean, that's what it's all about. And you get to take you some nice fillets home for you and your family to enjoy. And one thing that I'll say, I know you see that I got this pink, black, and yellow jig on now, and it's a jig that I just had on another pole, and I just dropped it down there to see. They were pretty aggressive with that gold dust, but making little slight changes, I'm telling you, is the ticket. And with live scope now, it allows you to see the reaction that you get from the fish that you catch. And this is that 14 and a half that I was just telling you guys about. Really good fish, thick back fish, just under 2 pounds, 1.98 I believe it was. And but back to what I was saying, being target specific, making little changes. I'll make another change here in a little bit, and going to match up that gold dust with that pink head, and it seemed to do really well. And it's like I said, that live scope, you know, the most important information that it gives me is the reaction that fish gives to that bait that I'm dropping. And just making little slight changes sometimes makes a world of difference. And that, I don't know a science to it. You know, this water is definitely off color compared to what I've seen it. And using pink and off colored water has always been a good thing to do for me. But that's not written in stone. Sometimes chartreuse, sometimes orange. There are several different colors that you can use in off-colored water. You just have to drop it down there and see the reaction that you get off these fish. Live scope has been a game changer for me. It assists me in making decisions a lot faster. Just seeing the reaction that those fish give to what I'm dropping down there, and the action on the jig, that you give the jig, makes a huge difference. And I will tell you, I use a lot less action now than I ever have. I've always said that one of the actions that you have to have in your arsenal is putting that bait down there and holding it still. Slight raises, little swims, vibrating your bait. One thing I will say is definitely don't overlook holding your bait still. You know, especially if you have live scope, put that bait there and get it close to the fish, and just see what that fish do before you go to shaking that jig and raising it, and let that fish tell you what he wants. And right here, guys, I'm gonna do a quick count. I wasn't using my counter for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm just, even if I use my counter, when I feel I get to about 20 fish, I'll do a hands-on count. And as you can see, I got on some really good fish today. This is a great time to be on the water. The fish are really thick. They turn out some really good fillets. Great time to be out. Any time is a great time. If you have time to get on the water, it's a great day to go fishing, regardless of the conditions. I don't match conditions to when I can go. I just go when I can go. Now you can see I'm matching that gold dust pearl with that pink head, and it was a great decision. Making little changes like that while you're out there, guys, I'm telling you, it helps a ton. And Livescope helps me make those decisions a lot faster now. One of the big issues that I hear a lot of people that's on my boat, a lot of the guys that have Livescope, I hear them that they can't see their bait. One thing that I will tell you is go out and without fishing, find the range that the rod, the setup you have, the rod length, the location of your transducer, find the range. And what I mean by that is how far away from your boat does your jig show. And once you determine that, you know your target range needs to be at that depth for you to drop down on that fish. Especially if you're fishing trees or heavy cover like I'm fishing here, pitching your jig is only going to get you hung. You want to be dropping straight down to that fish, and to do that you need to know what the range is. What is your rod to, compared to your setup? What is the range that you have? And that will help you tremendously. And I will tell you this, I spend more time positioning my boat than I do dropping down to the fish, and usually can catch the fish a lot faster than what it takes me to position my boat, especially if the wind is blowing. And that goes back to that saying that I've been saying for years, that these, the wind protects these fish, because it makes it just that much harder for you to get up there and be able to present your bait. If you have your transducer on the troll motor, it's very important that I keep my jig in front of that transducer. And how I judge that is the direction that my troll motor is pointing, and dropping that jig in front of that troll motor, the direction that it's pointing makes my jig visible, and having that fish and my jig lined up allows me to get my bait down there and present it to that fish. Any of you that would like to fish with me, I'm a licensed guide, and I guide on the lakes in the Houston, Texas area. I'm gonna drop my email right here, and if you'd like to come down and get on the boat with me and get hands-on experience, I'm open for that. You will catch fish. Give me a shout on through email, and we'll get you scheduled and get you out here and let you experience what I get to experience. Feel the thump. and have a great time and get some tasty fillets for you and your family.